All right, Black Power family is the general. We black in the motherfucking fact. We black in effect. We on General Seti's YouTube page, broadcasting live for the people. Broadcasting live for the people in this very serious times. Very serious times in which we dealing with today. I just got off of my Seti page, and I dealt with, particularly, one of the sitting back and looking at the agenda, looking at what's going on all over the world right now. And, what is the possibility of, why this sickness is going on all over the world today. You see what I'm saying? And, we got many theories. And you know what, family? Let me tell you, we have to take them all into consideration. We got to, and then at the same time, you got to deal with the ones that's going to be more probable. You understand what I'm saying? You got to deal with them in level of threat. What is more of a level of threat for our people? And so now we got something going viral all over the internet. You understand, by many people, that it could be 5G. Now, just like you see many videos movies out here where you got pandemics that start by viruses, biological warfare. One particular movie was Kingsman. And in that movie, you understand, they used the technology within a motherfucker's cell phone to cause mayhem and genocide all over the planet. So we must also take in consideration that, cell phones, electronics can be an instrument that can be used against the populace, to bring about, the conditions that we in today. But at the same time that we deal with this, okay, because media could be lying. You see what I'm saying? The media could be lying. And the numbers could be fabricated numbers. We don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Like I say, we pull a motherfucker resume and we look at previous instances and shit where we've been in this motherfucker predicament. Now, for the world to be especially because when you look at pandemics, and you can study pandemics, that's really a European and Asian situation. You understand? When you're talking about the greatest pandemics in all the world, then you looking at the European and the Asian. These are just facts, whether they like it or not. You understand what I'm saying? So we cannot take this off the motherfucking table. You understand what I'm saying? That, it could be either or. We just weighing the facts. Now, many people, I'm not no electro scientist that could tell you, you understand what I'm saying, how this shit work, what is all the wavelengths and this, that, and the third. So I cannot say what it is. But what I do want to say is, if it is 5G, we got to understand there's a greater wavelength out here than that. You see what I'm saying? We got to understand. We just getting the shit. You know what I'm saying? Anything that we get is been implemented by the military years before it get to us. You see what I'm saying? They didn't just show up, the first time that they've been working on that shit for goddamn tens of years. Now, you imagine, and I'm just throwing this out here so we could think about this. You understand what I'm saying? Not to say that because we know, as I dealt with on the previous video, we know the beast. He don't give a fuck. Just like when they decided, they knew that they was poison in the water up in Flint. You know what they did? They kept on poisoning the water in Flint. They didn't stop poisoning the water. They continued on. So many instances, you know that anything that the beast come up with, that there's gonna be a negative motherfucking effect. Any which way. Any which way is gonna be some negativity. But we got to understand that this radiation shit even go back even as early as to fucking Johnny Cochran. You understand? Even before that, where they say Johnny Cochran stayed on his damn cell phone for so goddamn long, to, where, that was one of the theories they said that brought Johnny Cochran down. You understand what I'm saying? So what am I saying here? That the radiation factor in electronics has always been here. You see what I'm saying? And you got to deal with the fact that, you got wavelengths and you got shit out here that's working on even far greater shit than 5G. If you think them goddamn satellites that's sitting up in that goddamn space, you understand, that's controlling the United States military, you understand what I'm saying? They've been operating on satellites and shit for a very long time. You got damn near 10,000 or more so satellites in the goddamn, you know what I'm saying, in outer space that's shooting down shit far greater. You understand what I'm saying? They could take motherfucking pictures in another goddamn galaxy and goddamn shoot a motherfucking photo down to motherfucking NASA and shit, and damn near, clarity that's nigga can't get on no camera nowhere on the planet. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, if we worried about, and we should be worried, you know what I'm saying? Because, the alarm has been rung on 5G. So we already know that there's some negativity aspects in that. You know what I'm saying? When you got so many people that's coming out to speak on it, of course, it's some negative aspects. You understand what I'm saying? But the condition we in, we don't want to say is this and not consider something else. You understand what I'm saying? We don't want to say, oh, it's not a virus. We don't want to do that because we ain't, this is some shit that just been thrown upon us at this time. And when the light is so goddamn bright, sometimes you got to step back and see, and to see what is really going on. And a lot of people are making inferences. And I'm not talking about nobody. I'm just talking about across the board. You understand what I'm saying? Saying what it is, what it isn't. You understand what I'm saying? I done seen a lot, and they have to recant it. You understand what I'm saying? Because you jump into the goddamn deep too goddamn soon. You understand what I'm saying? And then other information come out. You know what I'm saying? I've done it my damn self, so I've learned. You understand? To wait till a few more facts come out before and even now it's still early to say what it is or what it isn't. You understand? When I say virus or I say pandemic, because they didn't already had them. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't put that motherfucker in. So unless the world, and this is the one key thing about this. You understand what I'm saying? And you cannot sweep something like this up under the rug. You know what I'm saying? You cannot sweep some. You got peoples out here that are losing their family members, their doctors, nurses, all people in the medical field. So on the real, if it is radiation, somebody just like that motherfucker over in China that brought out the fact that shit was somebody gonna ring the bell. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's, and let me tell you something, it's a level of radiation in your body already. You understand what I'm saying? It's a level of it's levels of radiation already in your body. You understand what I'm saying? From water, the poisoning of the water. You understand what I'm saying? And all the waves that's going through the air already. You see what I'm saying? MapQuest, a motherfucker know where you at anywhere. That shit coming from that goddamn satellite up there. You understand what I'm saying? So is we so worried about this one, instance where we talking and we not looking at all the other levels of fucking technology in which the United States and all other countries use radiation. Okay? They use radiation and all of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So is we gonna focus on 5G, but we ain't said shit while we've been holding these phones using GPS, getting all this shit downloading and shit onto our goddamn phone. Just imagine you downloading something onto your phone. That I know that shit got to light up. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? If you taking a motherfucking download from a regular phone call, I'm quite sure if this motherfucker was infrared, that this bitch probably would heat up a whole lot brighter if you download something that's, say, a couple gigs or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So what level of radiation is we being exposed to on 4G? You understand what I'm saying? 3G, 2G, and deal with the fact that the United States is on, when you're dealing with their military and the shit, they own some shit far faster than some motherfucking 5G. That's real motherfucking talk. You understand? Just like I say, when niggas first got telephones, you understand that they could have in their car. You understand? It came with a box in the goddamn phone. That's the shit that they had in fucking World War II. We didn't see that shit into the damn 70s and shit. 80s. I mean the 80s, not even the 70s, the 80s. You didn't get that, but you can go on motherfucking film with World War II where they already had that shit in goddamn military. So anytime you see that shit implemented into the public, the military then damn near went past it. They ain't gonna give you nothing that they own. You understand? That's just common sense. They ain't gonna give you some shit that they working on. Nigga, they out. They done went past it to where it ain't even, of no use to them any goddamn more. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm quite sure the speed that they talking about, that they goddamn downloading on 5G, I'm quite sure that shit they shooting from them goddamn satellites is moving far faster than that shit. Does that negate the fact that shit is emitting radiation? It don't. But what a lot of people is saying is they detracting from the fact that it could be a goddamn virus. And so as we look into this shit, we don't want to take nothing off the goddamn table. But we want to be probable in what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They saying that out in California, since they've been implementing, social distancing and this, that, and the third, that some of their numbers, I might be wrong, it's kind of leveling off. You understand what I'm saying? So, I don't want no motherfucker to go crazy and stop motherfucking social distancing and this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying? And stop, nigga, listen here. And this is what I wanted to say. Because you see a lot of people in the medical field that's dying. You understand what I'm saying? You see a lot of they family members that are dying. They not gonna hold no information. At some point in time, nigga, it's gonna blow. When your family ain't on the Illuminati list, and sometimes we go crazy with that. Illuminati, this, that, man, fuck the Illuminati. You understand? You the motherfucking Illuminati. If that shit control your goddamn mind and you ain't gonna think, you understand, for your goddamn self, you got to be plausible. Them people ain't got nothing in stake with that shit. You understand? When they mamas and they daddies and they babies and shit is dropping and then they loved ones, it ain't shit to take a blood test to see if some goddamn radiation is in it. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm quite sure with this being a viral subject, that at some point in time, some doctor is going to say, fuck this, let me see and take some goddamn radiation. You understand what I'm saying? To see if it's in the goddamn blood. But like I said, you getting radiation from the water. God damn it, if you drinking some goddamn poison up out the goddamn faucet and you getting some water just like Flint, it's radiation. So where the fuck is the radiation coming from? If you took a goddamn blood test, this, that, and the third, and some radiation came up in your motherfucking blood, you wouldn't even be able to say where the fuck it's coming from because so much shit is contaminated. They be finding radiation, you know what I'm saying? Listen, some of them places out there and shit, like in Japan and China, if they got an area and shit, they supposed to kill off the livestock and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know if some radiation in the goddamn fucking meat or anything could have got in your goddamn in your goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand that number one, like I said, it's not the corona, it's not the 5G, it's the crack. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's the source of all of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So anything, so a man thinks, so is he. Anything that comes, like Dr. Clark said, anything that comes from the European mind was to help him facilitate. You know what I'm saying? You love it. You understand? All of it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm seeing people saying, yeah, we know it's going to be some negativity from all of that shit, but don't say it is not this. And have people's out here letting their goddamn guard down to some shit that's, very well could be a virus. You know what I'm saying? That's just real fucking facts. Let the goddamn, it's gonna be some people from the medical field, even black people, that's gonna come out eventually and they're gonna test because it's a hot topic. Now, if they come out and say it's high levels of radiation in our goddamn blood, there's no way that they can hide that. You know what I'm saying? There's no way they can hide that. But to sit up here and say that it's not this and it's not that, I think that's just inexcusable at this time. We not no goddamn doctors. We ain't no, but we got common sense. We got to use common sense. China been popping out pandemics, niggas, since the goddamn Black Death, since Black Plague. You know what I'm saying? Since Black Plague, they've been putting out pandemics from SARS to Black Death to the swine flu, to the bird flu, and all the rest of this shit. So if you got a resume of already, why would it be unplausible for us to believe, you understand, that they put, that it's a virus? Now, another thing, unless the world is lying, you know what I'm saying? Radiation ain't supposed to be infectious. If you get infected because it get in your goddamn body, is not, radiation ain't supposed to be infectious unless I'm wrong. Now, if a motherfucker goddamn, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I accept when I'm wrong. But when I done the research, you understand what I'm saying? Radiation ain't, so unless the doctors is lying, you understand what I'm saying? They saying they treating motherfuckers. They saying they getting the shit in the hospital. You understand what I'm saying? So unless they lying, you understand what I'm saying? You got old peoples and elders that's up in old folks' home. They getting the shit. Do they got all motherfucker got 5G and shit up in the motherfucking convalescent home and shit and this, that, and the third? I had to take that into consideration. You understand what I'm saying? Because they saying, it was affecting the old. So that's it affects them more than it do everybody else because they are older and shit. So, you have to take that into consideration. But with, they could test for radiation, man. And they could tell what level of radiation is in your body. That's not something that's hard. They could do that shit right now. And so hopefully with, this being a viral topic, that we'll have some doctors and some medical practitioners out there that'll take these tests and tell us if it is. And if it is, then we should deal with it. You understand what I'm saying? But we should leave everything, because we've never seen shit like this in our lifetime. You know what I'm saying? And this shit is just out of nowhere. And let me tell y'all something, all of these major countries have biological goddamn military grade. So to take that off, what the fuck y'all think they stockpiling that shit for? Huh? You think they stockpiling that shit just to goddamn, say I got it? That's bullshit. So when a motherfucker got some weapon and it's weaponized, you understand what I'm saying? It ain't just the virus. It ain't just the chemical that they got. They got biological stockpile. They got chemical stockpile. They got nuclear stockpile. So to say that motherfuckers won't use goddamn biological warfare when they put smallpox in the motherfucking You know what I'm saying? And spread syphilis over here. Even in Africa, we're not speaking about. They'll talk about what happened in the Americas, but they don't talk about what happened in Africa. Shit, they wiped out millions of our people with syphilis when they came and conquered our land and raped our people and spread, guys. So when you got them type of facts on the goddamn and see how rapidly that shit spread it and how many people it wiped out, it's almost irresponsible. I just say it. It's almost irresponsible to say it's not this. You understand what I'm saying? We taking this shit into serious consideration. You understand what I'm saying? Because we've seen it before. You understand? We make a list. We don't just say, oh, and that's all we looking at. We looking at all other, possibilities and shit. You understand what I'm saying? But again, with the medical field, they ain't got nothing. They mamas and daddies is dying. And ain't nothing for them. As many people as in that goddamn hospital, supposedly, with this shit, coronavirus, I'm quite sure them motherfuckers done took some blood tests. You understand what I'm saying? So unless they in control of all labs and this, that, and the third in the United States, all over the world, them motherfuckers is dropping dead in Europe like flies. You see what I'm saying? Why would they have opened up that shit on their own self like that? You understand what I'm saying? We understand that they done research and they know that it's some probability, it's some negative aspects to find. They know that. So why would they have opened up that shit on their self like that? You know what I'm saying? Why would they they would have opened that shit up in somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying? To see the negative effects of how it was going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I say, who's benefiting from it. And you got to watch that too. But with the economy, listen here, these crackers ain't happy about this economy going down like this. You understand what I'm saying? They not happy about that. They is not happy about these economies collapsing like that. Because what it looked like to me is why all the other nations is collapsing, China is seemingly moving forward. You understand what I'm saying? Look at that. You go over there, they saying they ain't have, and they could be lying. You weak, you fake like you strong. If you strong, you fake like you weak. You understand what I'm saying? That's the art of warfare. But it'll be to his goddamn demise if he do that and they really over there, infected like that. You understand what I'm saying? It seemed to me what could be a possibility is that, you know what I'm saying? They might have, let a level of corona out over there, not military grade. You understand what I'm saying? They could have faked that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a possibility. And then, the first thing, you know what I'm saying? The first thing that I thought about the other day, I was thinking, I say, damn, Italy and Spain and all, I hadn't heard a damn thing about Russia. You know what I'm saying? I say, damn, well, Russia right above China. And I just heard maybe a day ago that they shut down, Moscow. But how the fuck did that shit get way over there in Italy and Spain and shit and this, that, and Russia is right above damn China. And when you look at southern Russia, it ain't nothing but goddamn Chinese. You understand what I'm saying? So it's really it's a buffer zone in there where it ain't nothing but goddamn Chinese. So how is Russia not, got high numbers of goddamn corona and all of that shit? And then it can make it all the way across the water, all across Asia and shit into Europe. You understand what I'm saying? And now the furthest places from the epicenter, because like I say, when you got a bomb blast, you understand what I'm saying? The area around the bomb blast is going to be the most affected. You're going to have the most, and the closest to the core, the central point is going to be and then in the bomb blast, you're not going to let off a goddamn bomb in Wuhan, and the most motherfuckers that drop dead is in Europe and goddamn United States. It's like they sent motherfucking corona infected, military grade infected suicide bomber because they was over there fucking with them people. See, you ain't thinking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? United States all up inside of China, fucking with them peoples and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Talking about they not gonna come from out their front door over there selling goddamn battleships all up and down the side of they shit. And then you was listening to all, that's what was going on before this. And then now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's a virus that then popped off in China. And then you think about, they talking about social distancing, and you got a country that got damn near almost 2 billion people. And you mean to tell me a country that's closely packed in with all them goddamn people got less motherfucking infections than United States way across the Pacific? What kind of sense do that make? It's like they sent motherfucking coronavirus, military grade, suicide bombers up into them goddamn nations to infect niggas over here, and motherfuckers in Europe even worse or far worse than anything that was going on in China. You better look at that. You better look at that, because motherfuckers keep talking about 5G. Okay, I'm clear about that. We know the negativity in that. But would they have set that shit off to kill, the bulk of their own people? Where the first motherfuckers that start falling is the motherfuckers in Europe. Now, it's a possibility. It's a possibility, but I can't see that. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers like money. They like power. You understand what I'm saying? And with this economy going down and China going up, they could all be in. That's a long shot. That's a long shot. And that might be, play weak. But again, listen to this. Not only on top of them dying like that, Europe was already in a crisis of negative birth rate. They can't afford to be taking them kind of losses. They can't. So on top of them having negative birth rate, here they come where these motherfuckers got viruses that's wiping out 10,000 motherfuckers here, 5,000 motherfuckers here, 10,000 motherfuckers. That's even exacerbating the goddamn situation even further than that. So, in my consciousness, if that shit was what people say it was, and I'm not saying that it don't have negative effect, but to what extent is that shit gonna do to where it's gonna wipe out the motherfucker that set it off? You understand what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? I would think they would put that shit in a community where if the shit had any, and they testing that shit, they tested on another motherfucker. Why would they set that shit off in their own nation if they know what it could do? If they know, because these motherfuckers got technology for days. That shit ain't nothing. That shit ain't nothing. That shit they got on them nuclear subs, them battleships, them goddamn airplanes, them jet planes, that shit is far beyond some goddamn 5G. Okay? It's far beyond that. So, I mean, they would know if this shit gonna give off a level of, that don't mean it's not giving off radiation. But if it's giving off radiation where it's gonna kill these many motherfuckers, don't you think they would have set that shit up in another community? Do you think Europe would be taking the brunt of all them goddamn deaths? And you don't see none in Africa hardly, none, very low numbers in Africa, low numbers in South America and, in other areas, but high numbers in goddamn in Europe, in America. What kind of sense do that make? Why would motherfucker, that's almost like a motherfucker committing suicide. Motherfucker putting the gun up to his own head and blowing his motherfucking brains out. You understand what I'm saying? Does that mean what I'm saying, that 5G is not giving off radiation? It don't mean that. It don't mean that. It don't mean, because we know it's giving off radiation. But these motherfucking satellites that's in the sky is more powerful than a motherfucking 5G motherfucking tower in your community. They more powerful. What the fuck is y'all talking about? They running a motherfucking military in the world on them goddamn satellites. That's why China is also coming up with missile technology to knock them goddamn satellites out, because they know when them satellites leave up out of here, the whole motherfucking nation shut down. So you know goddamn well them satellites is, and they got, if I showed you a video of how many satellites is cluttered around the earth, you wouldn't even, it's like, God damn. So why are we, if that's the case, why are we not, talking about all them goddamn satellites up there? You understand what I'm saying? Far more powerful than that goddamn 5G. And not to say that, again, that 5G is not emitting radiation, because it is, but so is these goddamn satellites and every goddamn thing else that the motherfucking microwave is emitting radiation. When you put your motherfucking food in the goddamn microwave, it's emitting radiation. So if you using a goddamn microwave, I guarantee you that you got radiation in your body. If you drinking water out the faucet, and then we fooling ourselves to thinking because we drinking water, they say that's the same water that come out the faucet. Straight the fuck up. They done tested the bottled water, and that shit got lead in it and everything else. See, that's the fool shit that we do to ourselves. They done motherfucking tested all the water to show you, nigga, that they got lead and all that shit in the goddamn bottled water. So we get in these little cocoons and thinking that, somehow we ain't being infected, nigga. I'm gonna run this down just like I ran down on the last video. It's not the corona, it's the crack. You understand what I'm saying? As long as he is in power, and I must say that. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's immoral living that causes all of this. Even the motherfucking 5G to go ahead and set the shit up knowing that it's going to emit radiation. Now, I did the video about a year ago, and I understood then that you got to cut down the trees. You got to destroy life in order for that shit to exist. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people just didn't want that shit in their communities, and I could understand that. They was taking, people had to pull trees up out of their front yard just so that these motherfuckers get, and so a lot of people didn't want to deal with that. You understand what I'm saying? So I know the negative aspect, and so I'm not taking away from nobody that's exposing the 5G. But many people out here are saying this is exactly what it is. And so what I I'm leaving it on the table, because I'm quite sure that there's some family out here, where they see some things and and they ringing the bell. But at the same damn time, it's a lot of damn medical practitioners, doctors, and nurses up in them goddamn hospital. They families is in there. They families is dying too. And just like somebody is gonna ring the motherfucking alarm. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think them people would be in there, because we talking about tens of thousands of doctors didn't die. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't got shit to lose. You understand what I'm saying? This shit is crossing all boundaries. So if they ain't got no stock in Illuminati and shit and this, that, and the third, and if the information that they come across can wake up the world, I'm quite sure you're going to have a whole lot of motherfuckers that's going to ring that bell. Ding, 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 ding. It's radiation. We got high levels of radiation in the blood. Then we know it's not a virus. You understand what I'm saying? We got high level of radiation in all the peoples that's dying blood. You got high levels of radiation. So I'm thinking to myself, I say, well, damn, all these peoples are sitting up in the hospital. I know they didn't took blood. Now, they might not have to look, but radiation is hard to motherfucking get by. You understand what I'm saying? Radiation is hard to get by. You understand what I'm saying? It's hard to get by. But so we hoping with these videos going viral that the medical practitioners will step up. Now you got a regime, a Nazi regime that may try to block the information. You understand what I'm saying? But even then, it's gonna be some people that gonna even come out even in a regime like that. If it can come out in China, it damn sure can come out in the United States. You understand what I'm saying? So my message to the people is keep all cards on the table. Okay? Keep all cards on the table. Don't take nothing off the table. Don't, they'll strike, and we got to understand how this shit go. You make a noise in the east and you strike in the west. You see what I'm saying? If you make a noise in the east and you strike in the west. So you got to look at all this information and say, hey, is this a distraction? Okay, is the virus shit a distraction to implement the 5G? Is the 5G a distraction? You understand what I'm saying? To hide the fact that it's a virus. You understand what I'm saying? You got to all that because that's military. That's strategy. This is what they do. But keep on and look, watch. You understand? Keep your eyes open. You understand? Listen to information and be plausible. Do your own research. You understand what I'm saying? Have some information of your own that you can stand on. If you got to get all your motherfucking information from off of goddamn TV and the internet, you in trouble. You got to have some other motherfucking information of your own where you can stand and say, you know what? I've done some research. I don't see, because the first thing I said when we talk about radiation, I have family, you know what I'm saying? That went through some dire situations, with cancer and so on and so forth. And so, when you getting chemo, and I looked at levels of radiation, chemo is up there. When you get a certain level of motherfucking radiation, nigga, your hair is coming out. Not nigga, you going bald. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, you is going bald. You understand? Ain't no, and I understand it's certain levels of it. But when you got so many people that been through chemo and you got survivors of, you know what I'm saying, of over in Japan, you know what I'm saying, in different areas where they didn't have these nuclear, reactors and shit, you know what I'm saying, meltdown and shit. You got victims of that shit, and all you have to do is look. You can see that shit, man. It's hard. It's hard to fake radiation. You understand what I'm saying? It's hard. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of some of the symptoms and what they doing, some of the symptoms of radiation and some of the symptoms of a common cold, a virus. A lot of the symptoms are very similar. You see what I'm saying? They're very similar. You understand what I'm saying? But there are some distinct side effects from each one of them that can clear, just like they could tell the difference between flu and goddamn corona. They could tell the difference of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So when you looking at, the differences between a virus and radiation, nigga, you can't fake that. When you get radiation on a certain level, nigga, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, that shit ain't gonna be one motherfucker get it. And if this a deadly level of radiation going through the goddamn, you know what I'm saying, niggas is dropping. It ain't gonna be like this motherfucker gonna get, if it's a steady current of motherfucking radiation going through the motherfucking air, you understand what I'm saying? It's gonna be more motherfuckers dropping than what's dropping. You understand what I'm saying? They had to clear them goddamn zones out. You can go to Chernobyl in Russia. They had to clear that shit out by 30 miles. Move the peoples out, nigga. And they tell you you can't grow shit on that shit for 300 motherfucking years. You understand? That's how deadly that shit is. You understand what I'm saying? So, family, I just want y'all to weigh that, you know what I'm saying, into, weigh the information, Don't take nothing off the table. Don't take nothing off the table. Take everything into consideration, but most definitely, you understand what I'm saying? Have a, put those at the top that is most considerable. You understand what I'm saying? More probable. You understand what I'm saying? And at this point in time, fuck what you heard. I tell you what, they say it ain't this, that, and the third. I guarantee you that them motherfuckers out there that's saying it's this, that, I bet you them motherfuckers ain't walking up on If it ain't a virus, I tell you what, you walk your ass up out here like it ain't real. Okay? That's all to all the motherfuckers out there that's talking about, oh, it ain't this, you can't catch it. I tell you what, if you big and bad and you believe that shit you say, I tell you what, don't wear nothing. You walk your monkey ass on out there thinking it's a game. I want to see that. Them same motherfuckers that really, they talking it, I guarantee you, they ass is practicing social distancing. Believe me. Believe me. Them motherfuckers is practicing. Okay, all you motherfuckers, I tell you what, go on and walk your ass out there. Live your life like it ain't real. Live your life and see what happened. Okay? See what happened. And I guarantee you that that's not going to be a reality, that they're going to do the right thing. They're going to wait. And we're going to do the research, family. I love you. I want y'all to stay safe out there by any means necessary. You understand what I'm saying? It's time to do some research and rethink, the lives that we've been living and shit, not, practicing the nationalism that we should have been practicing a long time ago. Our ancestors is calling on us to do the right thing at this time. That they're calling on us to, step up and do what must be done for the benefit of our family at these very critical times. We done went down there, and it show you how vulnerable we is. No matter what we ain't got nothing on the guy, no toilet paper, no food, it could get very, very critical. You understand what I'm saying? The banks could shut down. You ain't got nothing on you. The dollar could crash. All of that shit could happen. What do you do? And that ain't for you to lose your mind and go insane. It's time for us to take the simple and basic steps towards self-preservation. Self-preservation. And it's, and our ancestors and our teachers have been begging us to do it for the longest. Again, I want to stress this before, it's not the corona, it's the cracker. Because if you don't think it and you don't focus on the source and you sit and you let it, here come another one and another one and another one and another one. And you must understand that this shit can even infect communities that ain't even really interacting with, these people. So that's letting you know that it's very, that we, you got to go back to the cave. We got to take them back to the cave. We got to, because, it can affect the world in a way that we cannot sit on our hands anymore. Now, before I get off, I want y'all to hear what they saying out there now. Understand social distancing. This is what our teachers was telling us. See, it's plausible because we got to understand that there are certain species of mankind that walk upon this planet that acts very much like a virus and gets in and infects your community and infects your ability to be able to protect your community. So when you understand that, that's what we mean by separation. That's social distancing. That's cultural distancing. That's spiritual distancing. Because these people act no different than that goddamn virus. And that's facts. I want y'all to know that no matter what naysayer you may see, that's facts. That's facts. And we have to deal with that. So we go back to understanding what our elders was teaching us. It was the facts. Go back and revisit the teachers, revisit the masters, revisit the message. This the generals, y'all, and black power to all the family out there. Stay safe, be healthy. Stay, protect yourself first and foremost. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let your guard down. Don't go out there and bring no shit back to your family and shit on some humble, dumb shit. You understand what I'm saying? The next 2 months is critical. You understand what I'm saying? The next 2 months, this shit gonna come out in the rinse. I guarantee you. A lot of more information in the next month, the next week or two, by the end of April, May, by the end of May, beginning of June, a lot more information will have been, have come out. A lot of this shit gonna come out in the rinse. Be safe first, and do not let your guard go down. Black people are dying out there, and a lot of motherfuckers say, "Oh, black people, stop that." That's not true. Black people are dying, and that's again people giving out information and niggas thinking and believing that shit was true. You understand? I heard it myself. I said, "Oh damn, black people ain't dying," and then I look up and goddamn it, we got people that's verified that family is leaving here. So we got to quit falling for every trick to the trade. That might have been some shit that they put out there just so motherfuckers could go out there and let their goddamn guard down. And you know what I'm saying? Quit being myopic. Say it. Say, I think that this is a possibility, but at the same time, don't let your guard down on this either. You understand? But wake up to this. Wake up to this. Wake up to this too. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of shit going wrong in the white man's world. All right, family, I love you. Patreon, General Seti, dropping hard information, gonna be on there, putting some harder shit because they blocking shit. GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, come fuck with me, putting all the information of the general over there on GeneralSeti.com and KingSeti.com. We still operating. We're not going down. We gonna still operate for the family. I love you and Black Pop.